Comes in at Bristol. Again up front, it is Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott making up row one. The Bass Pro Shops NRA night race is underway. And already, Paul Menard putting the bumper to the back of Chase Elliott, almost up into the wall. Paul Menard's going to take second.
Paul Menard real aggressive right off the bat, and that's kind of the mentality it takes at this racetrack. We haven't talked much about Paul Menard, but he's also in that position. If he can win tonight, he's in the playoffs.
He really closed on Kyle Larson in 3 and 4.
And a pile up in the middle. The 18 of Kyle Busch is around. Contact, they're rolling in there. Greg Gaulding hits late.
And Steve, you said it.
I don't know if they got the left front or
Just
not.
because you have a great car doesn't mean you're going to avoid these kind of things. It's lap 2. Already incorrect.
You see the 18 pull away, the tail panel damaged very heavily. The left front tire took a very hard shot. We'll have to see
All the rear sheet metals KO'd.
what the suspension looks like. Bubba Wallace with heavy damage on the 43, smoking. I assume the radiator's knocked out of that car.
Steve, there's mandatory parts that have to be on these cars at certain racing at turn 4.
See Kyle Busch on the bottom of the racetrack, gets up the racetrack, out of that sticky stuff into Ryan Blaney, then he just spins in front of the field.
And when he does that, a roadblock right there on the front stretch.
Little contact for the 78.
See right there, he's up the racetrack, a little bit of contact, spin. It's just so hard to get slowed down.
Oh, that's pretty significant contact for the 78 there.
Watch this impact. Right in the door. Fortunately, Jesse Little in that 96 had gotten slowed down.
It's pretty good contact. The one thing
the 42 of Kyle Larson has Paul Menard on his inside as the green flag comes back out.
And so now think about these guys. They just saw a big wreck by guys being on the bottom. How do you, with confidence, drive that car as hard as you want to on the bottom of the racetrack?
We see some are confident, some aren't. Look at Kevin Harvick. Oh, there's contact.
Again.
Harvick takes the lead away from Kyle Larson. Larson slides up the racetrack, and there was contact made between Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney.
Have to be concerned with that left front of Blaney.
Kyle Larson coming back on the inside. I think Harvick's having a little trouble hooking up on the outside line here. It's really hard to tell when these cars are, how these guys are feeling about the grip. Where the grip is.
There's only one way to find out, though, isn't it? That's just drive the car, drive it hard, and find the limit. Of course, you've seen already 2 cars in the front lose the bottom and lose grip. Blaney looking at the lead.
Yeah, Larson come off the bottom there.
Look at that run in the middle by Blaney.
Looked like Larson was going to run right around the bottom there, slipped up off the bottom off of turn 4, and Blaney gets that run. The whole field now wrestling.
So we're just getting a report. Michael Dow in the 34 car. He did not get out before the time ran out on his damaged vehicle policy, so he's out of the race.
Everybody else has made it to minimum speed.
Oh, Paul Menard in the fence there.
Menard into the wall as he is struggling with the 21 now after the restart.
He is holding up William Byron here. Williams trying to find a way around him. Paul's going to the bottom.
And he's going to get a little bump.
Alex Bowman don't want him in the bottom. Trying to move him out of the way, but Paul's finding grip down there, trying to settle in.
It's almost what you have to do, isn't it, Junior? You don't want to put yourself in jeopardy, but if you don't block, you're going to get passed all night. Now Menard can. Alex Bowman was far enough up on him where he just couldn't pull down.
He radioed in, left front is shaking like crazy.
Left front, that almost sounds like a wheel loose, doesn't it, Steve, if it's shaking?
Yeah, it does. A wheel or perhaps damage to the tire, but you hate to have a loose wheel before even a pit stop, but we've seen it happen, and you see how much the 21 is struggling up the racetrack. William Byron trying to get by. Jamie McMurray looking low on the bottom. A little bit of contact for sure out of the 21.
And this trouble has it.
Kyle struggling to keep the speed in the car. Oh, here's the 21 trying to get down. Blaney has to check up. Look at the damage on the right front of the 21 car. He's got a right front flat.
He won't be able to get down. They're circled all the way around the racetrack.
Here comes Eric Almirola in the 10.
And he had come from 27th after that speeding penalty on pit road, so he had a good race car.
Marty.
It's a flat tire for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., guys. They're on pit road right now with 3 laps to go here in the stage, and one of the fastest cars that entire time.
Harvick's got back by Boyer to second. Ryan Blaney, he's got a parking lot in front of him, trying to get by. Laps winding down, less than 2 to go, but here comes Harvick. And we know how aggressive Harvick will be to win a stage. Blaney trying to get by.
Got Truex also in there trying to get his lap back if possible.
And David Reagan, that 38 car, he's on the lead lap, trying to stay on that lead lap with only 1 lap to go.
Here comes Harvick. Final lap. Coming to the checkered flag. Photo finish for the stage ending. Blaney does it.
Lined up on the outside lane in 4th.
Field approaching the Geico restart zone. Kevin Harvick on the high side. Ryan Blaney down low. Harvick jets out front. Chase Elliott on the high side in the 9. Going to try that same line that Kevin Harvick was able to use to get by Blaney. And now Blaney slides in behind the 9 of Elliott. Chase Elliott is going to take the lead away from Kevin Harvick at Bristol.
And all that started with his spotter giving him that information on pit road.
Just an amazing save by Blaney. Great car control by both drivers in that situation, and allowed Chase Elliott to get around them both.
And if those 2 guys don't do this great job of driving, not only do they wreck, but that side by side almost. I don't know what to watch here, Steve.
On the left, it's the race for the stage win. On the right, they're racing for the free pass. Right now, Kyle Busch has the free pass position, but Harvick fighting for it as they're in traffic. Logano also fighting traffic, trying to get this win in stage 2. But here comes Chase Elliott on the back bumper. What will he do to get the stage win? Will he put the bumper to the 22? Coming out of the final turn, it'll be a drag race again. Logano is able to get it. Here comes the 18 and the 4. Those 2 fighting. As soon as the caution comes out, the 10th driver goes by, and there it is. The 18 of Kyle Busch in position for the free pass. What a battle on this
Just
track.
under halfway left, and this is starting to look like the night race we remember. The glow of the lights on the cars.
Under the lights, Logano, Almirola, and back up through the gears, but Almirola not a very good restart. Chase Elliott jumps up to second. Here comes Kurt Busch on the outside.
We've seen these new tires be treacherous all night. They go in there to lean on grip. They hope it's there, and then it's not, and they slide up the racetrack.
Here comes Jimmy Johnson in the 48. A little wiggle there out of Kurt Busch, and Jimmy Johnson up to 4th, now fighting for 3rd.
Big recovery from the 48. Was caught speeding earlier. He's rebounded all the way up.
It's hard to pass on the bottom in 3 and 4. It's really impossible. Guys are able to get up underneath each other in 1 and 2, but you don't have that same advantage in 3 and 4 on the bottom. Chase right on his bumper.
A little contact pushed him up the track just a little bit. Whew. That took that exit away.
Oh, you got a slide job.
A little slider right
all
here.
right. Slider. What a move. I like it. That's
Steve, remember the word intense that I used earlier, and intensity? Could that be ramping up a little bit?
Oh, yeah, that was a great update on the top 10. Well, one more update. The weather. Rain came through earlier today, and then it was going to be spotty. And as you can see, weather's starting to build right around the center of those circles, right where the track is, plus some weather off in the distance. So with 165 to go, these crew chiefs and drivers are going to have to decide, are we racing to the completion? Are we racing to a weather issue? Just one more question mark. I mean, sure, it's a night race. Why not?
That was fuel fluid coming out of the 10. So he comes off the racetrack for a black flag. He was running 5th, so Eric Almirola is very disappointed that he has to come off the track. Dave, here he comes.
And of course, the crew will go and change the tires as they're going. And they're looking over the front, which, Steve, why would they do that?
Well, I believe that's where the fluid's coming from. It might come out from the tail, but you see as soon as they open the hood, the
Rear
smoke
gear is
comes
probably
out.
out then. Nothing dripping out of the rear that we can see.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate for the 10 of Eric Almirola. You lose laps so quickly. Even if they can repair it, their chance of winning the race tonight is definitely over.
Bristol, the Bass Pro Shops NRA night race, and the caution has come out. And that would be the 51, Reed Sorensen. And a lot of damage to the right front after he got into the wall.
Come down. You're done.
And hard turn behind the wall. potentially a break for Kyle Busch, because we heard just a couple laps earlier that he was having an issue and needed to get to pit road. Take another look. There's 51 again of Reed Sorensen up into the wall.
Yeah, I have to wonder on a long run. This is the longest they've run tonight if he didn't have some kind of a tire.
Too wide. Here they come. Clint Bowyer on the outside. Chase Elliott on the inside. Bowyer with a great start. Here comes the 78, Martin Truex Jr. After a good stop on the high side, he moves up to second. He'll challenge for the lead as they go into 3. Never won at a short track. Martin Truex Jr. fighting now to hold on to that second spot as Joey Logano works the middle of the track once again, trying to get to the outside of Martin Truex Jr.
A little further back in this field, you see the white car, that 18. They cannot get that car full of fuel. A long pit stop, but being on the outside helped him with this restart.
Logano had faded on that last long green flag run. With restarting on the outside, though, he's back.
Dove to the bottom of the racetrack now. Chase Elliott in the mix for this fight for the lead.
Next time, look at that run Truex gets. Right here.
An opportunity. This is it.
Drive it on in there, right up in the front of the 14 car. Force yourself in that top groove.
He's got a good run now. He's got some. See if he can make it work. Bowyer rolled the middle well. Going to pinch him off on corner exit.
It's been an incredible run by Kyle Busch.
Oh,
and the 18 team, he got into the back of the 78. Martin Truex Jr. slamming into the wall. He hits again. Contact made. Kyle Busch got to the back of the 78. The 78 spins and brings out the caution once again. Also involved the 7 of J.J. Yaley. Tire completely coming off the wall, and you just hear Martin Truex Jr. say, that hurt.
You get to the track.
So the crew getting to Martin Truex Jr. He'll take his belts off.
That hurt, and also hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
You know, sitting there running second with a shot to win this race. Obviously frustrated.
Coming off turn 4, Kyle Busch. Truex taking it. Maybe kind of come down the track a little bit, but really didn't turn into the 18 car.
J.J. Yaley just trying to get by, nothing he could do. Watching 78 come right across the racetrack, huge impact.
Yeah, that angle into the inside wall is an odd one and a tough one. Just barely touches him there.
Yeah, Martin's not going to be happy with that. I don't think Kyle did it on purpose by any means, but certainly coming off turn 4 and thinking the 78 was going to go a little higher up the racetrack.
Inside quarter. Hang on to it, hang on to it, hang on to it.
Oh.
Damn it. Hang on.
At this racetrack, then a couple veterans behind them. Clint Bowyer on the outside, and green flag back in the air. 55 laps to go from Bristol.
This cycle of pit stops and this restarts hurt Chase Elliott.
Incredible race, 18 lead changes between 8 different drivers. Let's take a look at tonight's lap leaders, brought to you by Honda Power Sports. Ryan Blaney has led the most laps, 121. Clint Bowyer, he could lead the most laps if he's able to stay out front, but the caution has come out. The 2 of Brad Keselowski is around. Saw a lot of smoke, and he was slow on the track. Well, there might be a little bumping and banging because we have seen that already. Intensity has picked up. Bowyer, Kurt Busch making up row 1. Back up through the gears at Bristol.
Kurt Busch with a great restart. He cleared him.
Kurt Busch takes the lead on the restart. 3 wide for third.
Kyle Busch jumps to the outside of that 37 car. Chris Buescher trying to make that 3-wide move himself.
Oh, contact. How did they get through that?
More contact. We're seeing a little bit of tire smoke out of the 37 of Buescher.
They're still 3 wide. This won't last long.
Those tires on the 11 are helping him hold that top position. And look at this squeeze down the front stretch.
Chris Buescher drops back after.
Chris Buescher's got a right front tire down.
Well, and a lot of smoke coming out of the 18 as well of Kyle Busch after that contact. Now battle again for the lead. Clint Boyer on the inside tries to take it back.
Kyle Busch has some trouble. He's got a left rear tire down.
All that contact between those cars. The tires just can't take that.
Left rear down. He'll have to come back to pit road trying to find a way to the bottom of the track. Kurt Busch still holding on the top spot. Around goes the 18.
They got the left front on the wall. Yellow, yellow, yellow,
that brings out the caution. Casey Kane had been scored a lap down in the 17th position. Probably will get the free pass.
That man's had an eventful night, I'd say.
Well, look at the banking too. He can't go anywhere because he doesn't have any rubber on the wheels. The tires have come off.
You can hear the crowd cheer. Look at the.
What's the situation here, Steve? If he can't move that car, does that pretty much take him out of the event?
Yeah, once he drops the window net and gets out, he's going to be all done.
You don't want to drop it.
We've seen NASCAR help cars when they're in a situation for being high-sided at the road courses.
Yeah.
NASCAR may choose to push him, but his chance of winning is over.
Such a fourth position.
Yeah, right there, you see the 18 car. That's what cuts the left rear, and 37 car, Buescher, he had his right front go down. You know, 3 wide at Bristol, it's going to be some contact. There's no way not to be on the corner exit, and it's just too much for the tires to handle. But it's late in the race. Who's going to lift? If you lift, you're not going to win. If you don't lift, you have a tire problem.
What a tough break for Chris Buescher. Did such a wonderful job all night. Left rear goes flat and around the 18 goes.
48's on pit road right now too, guys.
41 and 14. Coming out of turn 4. Back up through the gears they go again.
Terrible restart for the 14 of Clint Boyer. Didn't time it properly. Kyle Larson into second place with those tires to see what he can do with Kurt Busch.
Those new tires, they will let him make that bottom work a little better than old tires. That's what he's going to have to do. Kurt's not going to.
And I don't want to use the word comfortable, but he's got a big lead right now over second place, Kyle Larson. Less than 45 seconds to go in this race.
2 to go.
2 laps remain. Kurt Busch, with his career in question after 2018, doesn't have a deal for next year. Hasn't won in 58 races. Credit 1 to go. Kurt Busch trying to make sure he's in the playoffs with a win. Kurt Busch has a 6-pack of Monster Energy in Bristol.
That one, Kurt. How did you hold off Larson, who had 30 lap fresher tires?
It was awesome to be in this position. When you race at a short track on Saturday night, it brings back all the memories of growing up as a kid and racing with your dad and your family. And I didn't want to let my dad down. He's here tonight, and my wife said, go out there and go get him, show what it's all about. And it was just perfect with the restarts, and I can't thank Monster Energy enough. This Ford was awesome. And thanks to all the great fans. This was an awesome, awesome win for us.